Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we have set all the events up today. We're ready to live stream online. Do us a favor, type in where you're watching us from, 74 countries around the world, and that'll give you a timer, which is your prompt to make sure if you look who's online, if your groups are not here, ring them, phone them, get them online. You don't want to miss today. Alrighty, so for those people who do not speak fluent English, please note that we do actually have closed captions that you can read along with at the same time. So have a quick listen to this.
Por favor, vaya a la parte inferior de la pantalla en Zoom o YouTube y haga clic en subtítulos para leer en español.
Kérlek menj a képernyő aljára, a Zoomon vagy a YouTube-on, a Closed Caption részre, és ott el tudod olvasni magyarul a feliratot.
Silakan klik di layar bawah pada Zoom atau YouTube dan klik caption untuk membaca dalam bahasa Indonesia.
Pour les sous-titres en français, veuillez cliquer au bas de votre écran Zoom ou YouTube sur CC ou Closed Captions.
Zoom または YouTube の画面の下部に移動し、字幕をクリックして日本語で読んでください。
請到屏幕底部點閱隱藏字幕以閱讀中文。
Παρακαλώ πηγαίνετε στο κάτω μέρος της οθόνης, στο Zoom ή στο YouTube και κάντε κλικ στους υπότιτλους για να τα διαβάσετε στα ελληνικά.
請到屏幕底部點擊隱藏字幕以閱讀中文.
אנא עברו לתחתית המסך בזום וביוטיוב ולחצו על תרגום לכתוביות בעברית.
Proszę zejść na dół ekranu na Zoomie lub YouTubie i kliknąć napisy, żeby przeczytać po polsku.
Alrighty, so that brings us to the start of the event. Let me just change my speaking language to English so that people can follow on. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have people online today from right around the world. In fact, when I look in the chat, we have Canada, Indonesia. We have Canada's winning. Indonesia again. Indonesia, what's going on? Where's the Aussies? Western Australia, thank God. New Zealand, Florida. Where are the Americans? Wow. Lots of people from all around the world, guys. My name is Michael Firth, for those that don't know, founding Field Advisory Board member and Crown with Numi, and it's my pleasure to be MC today. Today's going to be a great event because we're missing two of our executives for the last few weeks, which is Sergio and Aaron, and we're going to hear a lot more about their amazing experiences throughout Europe. So with that, I'll hand you to Sergio.
Hey, thank you, Michael. Hello, everyone. It's great to be with you again. We have a lot of exciting things going on, and the energy is just going on with good momentum. So we do have quite a bit of updates today, and Aaron, I know, is very excited to tell you a little bit what we did in Europe, and we're going to share some really fun things with you on that. But let's go ahead and get started to honor your time today, because we will have a lot of information. So bear with us today. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that we can share some presentation with you. But yeah, it's great to see a lot of the New Me family joining us, and I have some really good news. Because we're growing so much, you're going to begin to see some new adaptations to this wonderful call. So in Europe, we know it's really hard for a lot of our members there to connect during this hour. So starting next month, when we do our corporate week, remember that's every first week of the month, we will have two member meetings that day. So we'll have one early in our morning, right before midday here for the evening in Europe. And then we'll have one as usual at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So I think it's going to be a great way for us to make sure that we get not only the material out to them, but we need a lot of assistance when it comes to language. So we're excited we can offer that. And we'll keep you posted. Another fun announcement. So starting on the 24th of February, we're going to begin having a short kickoff to the week every Monday morning at 9 a.m. And I do want to highlight and congratulate Karen Justice because she has done such a good job. And this all began with her. She had a call specifically for her team, and she invited us to join her. And there were many people that wanted to join that, but because she didn't want to offend anyone or not allow them in, but at the same time respect their uplines, she talked to us and we came to an agreement that it's best that we move it over to corporate so that we can allow all of the NUMI members that want to join every Monday morning to hear the latest updates. That call is for members only. It will not be recorded. It'll just be to give you updates. Some days it will be 15 minutes long, but we just want to make sure you have additional channels of information. And, we always have not only promotions and those type of updates, but even Chris, for example, will give us updates on any shipping updates I need to have. Ryan will usually share some technology. Aaron will occasionally be on as well. And of course, we'll keep you up to date with everything. So having said that, I'm going to go ahead and get started because we have a lot of material. But Aaron and I just came back so energized from this wonderful tour in Europe. And I'm going to share a few things as I promised you last week. But I want to remind you, as we begin the year, it's always very important to start out strong. We had a wonderful January. And now we wanted to offer this extension of the ranked matching bonus through February, because the trends always show that this is when people start taking off. And we want to help you achieve your goals. This is very important as you rank advance. We know that a lot of you were so focused on achieve, and we want to congratulate you because I received good confirmation news. I know the bag's been delivered in a lot of places, including some international markets. Congratulations to all those winners that won the NUMI bag and earned it with the 40 points. We also are now contacting directly through our events department. We are getting in contact with those that won some bonuses, some hotels for Achieve, and getting those ready. So if you did accumulate 100 points and over, please look out in your email. If you have not heard from us, reach out to events@numi.com so that we can be sure to inform you. I know that there are, just a few names, very short list of some emails that we were getting rejections on, but we've been reaching out to those members as well so that they can plan accordingly. So more news to come on that. And going back to this bonus, take advantage of it, family. We have an opportunity for you to rank advance, and not only you, but you can help 3 of your personally sponsored people that are, ready to rank advance. We want you to also be rewarded for that. So it's very easy. If you help 3 of your direct sponsor members, now these have to be 3 in order for this to unlock in our system. So it can't be 2, but if you have 3 direct, you can definitely get a 5% of that volume. So how it works is you'll get a 5% of the volume they generate that's required for that specific rank. The question always comes, what happens if a person rank advance 2 times in a month? They go up from, let's say, 1 rank to 2 ranks up top. We're going to go by the highest rank to pay out the bonus when it comes to the 5%. So keep an eye on that. Here's some information. Just as a reminder, this is also on help.numi.com. Nothing changed. It's just an extension. So please let us know if you have any further questions with this, but wish you all the best of success. And we want to pay out a lot of matching bonuses. This will be paid out once a unit level next month, once we finish out the full month, okay? Last week, we were able to recognize some of our new rank advancements worldwide. And so just another follow-up. Here's some fun art here we have. So congratulations to these new senior members. You should have received a certificate now with a direct message from Aaron, and that's what we showed last week. But here's just a reminder of some of these wonderful members throughout the world that ranked advance in January. Congratulations to all of you. We are very happy to see all of your success and look forward to work with you even closer. We have some 1-stars, so congratulations to these 1-stars that we were able to highlight. And we also had some 2-stars, so it's great. A lot of these members I'm actually starting to get to know on a personal level, and I know that we have definitely had the opportunity to hear from them and identify those that have the aggressive goal to become a diamond. And it's the best time to become a diamond at NUMI because we launched this wonderful cruise. As I mentioned previously, many people who are not a part of NUMI were even contacting us and wanting to inquire more about this. As I mentioned before, I'm not afraid to say it. In the many projects I've been involved with, I have not ever seen an incentive trip that is so attractive. One, we're going to be going on a 7-night cruise to Europe. And number 2, how great is it that NUMI rewards you for hitting the rank of diamond And if you rank advanced, we've covered what you get with that. But just by simply qualifying during the qualification period, once as a diamond, you get to go on this wonderful cruise. If you go to double diamond, we've talked about what you get, but don't wait, my friends. This is a wonderful opportunity. I can tell you that we had so much fun as we were able to get to know a lot of the diamonds even better and get to know their stories. They got to know our families even as well from the executive team, and I've gotten a lot of good feedback on that. But we'll talk more about that, and you will trust me, you'll be continuing to hear that just like you did last week. But again, all this information is on helpyumi.com. Now, going back to the European tour, we were out for 12 days. Aaron and I had a lot of fun. I'm actually starting out backwards, but I'm going to let Aaron share this story. But we actually were sharing Numi until the very end, and he can tell you a little bit about this wonderful gal that's actually a part of Numi. Her name is Maile, and how we got to know her and some of her colleagues as we were about to land in Salt Lake City. But I wanted to share, just as promised last week, here are some of the pictures. Our tour started out in Latvia. We were in Riga, and we were able to connect with many wonderful leaders. It actually started with a lot of fun. We had the privilege to hear a choir, beautiful music, as part of their culture to kind of give that presence and create that environment, ready to learn and adapt. Such beautiful people, and we had a lot of fun. They were able to show us some of old Riga in the short time we were there. And then we headed over to another part of the Baltics, which was Lithuania. This is Angeles. She was able to put on a wonderful event. And this was actually a lot of fun. As I mentioned last week, every meeting was different. This was actually a meeting where the first 2 rows were medical professionals that were interested in hearing more of Hydrostat and our technology through our products. And so Aaron did a great job presenting for them, and many people came up to us afterwards and just share wonderful stories with us. But congratulations to Angel and her team that put on a great show. We want to share something kind of fun with you. Just share a little clip. This is one of the members out in Lithuania, and she actually wrote this song, but check it out here.
Sergio, we can't hear the sound because you did not click that button.
How about now? Can you hear the sound now, Michael? But as you can see, we had a lot of fun, and this was a great way to end that presentation. After that, we headed over to France, and man, these guys are great. We learned a lot from this specific group, and this is the night we got there. We have Florence here and her husband, Christoph. I actually have known them for quite some time, so I was very happy to work with them again. But they had just barely flown in from the US. They live in the United States, but they're always supporting the teams there, and they go to every single event and help out with the logistics. But this is what Numi is all about. A lot of these folks here, these leaders, they actually are all from different teams, but they come together every time they put on an event. They do it twice a year, and they set things aside and work really hard to put on a good event and share the wonderful opportunity of Numi. They even have a great system due to some regulations in France. I know, for example, they have to pay for whatever the food they consume at these hotels. It has to be under one bill. So they create a system where everyone just deposits into a separate bank account, and the logistics were just done impeccably. And, the important part of this is that we were just so impressed by that culture we're trying to really share throughout the world. They gave us that example how people truly can come together in respect and honoring what they do and put on a great event. So thank you to all of you leaders that did this. Here's Aaron presenting. We had an all-day event, and then in the evening, we had an opportunity meeting. But here's just a little clip of that one. We always do a training with them. We launched the Neuro quarterly pack, and we're actually about to launch other packs of Neuro in Europe. More information to come on that. of excitement that we achieved and trip coming up, and of course the diamond cruise, I think is motivating quite a bit. In fact, when we left for now, wonderful trainings there. They have their little get together. And all these wonderful members are so excited about the trip. But some of you guys from Switzerland that live in that country, and they have adopted Lyon, France as the place to meet because it makes the most sense for the members that live in Switzerland and the members that live throughout the rest of the country. So here's a little place for you, but congratulations to them for doing such a great job. After that, we headed over to Poland, and this was an opportunity for us to recognize some of the leadership. This is Marco Boix. He just actually hit double diamond in December. He's from Spain, but he works very closely, and a lot of the Polish team that was there, not all, but some of it was from his organization. And so it was really nice to have him along with some other members from Spain join us. And so you can see here we're celebrating rank advancements, a success with some traditional Polish. There's Peter Nagy all the way from Hungary, one of his leaders in Poland. And of course, all these wonderful leaders that came from another part of Poland had a right to try in. That's Dr. Marcin, who just became a diamond. We had a lot of fun with them. So just a little bit of the tour. We, of course, as I mentioned many times, for us here at corporate, it's very special to recognize. So this is Barbara. She was getting recognized for hitting diamond, and she was just very emotional and very touched. It's very special for us. I think when we left, Aaron and I were very energized and very happy to see that wonderful energy and the success. Then we headed off to Budapest, and Aaron told me, oh, Sergio, you're going to love Budapest. This was my first time there, and it's just a beautiful city to be. This was just a morning view that we were able to see, and the wonderful historic sites across Zolt and Peter Nagy, Attila, Erzsébet, Monica. They put on a wonderful event in conjunction with this event here with Romania. I'm going to show you more pictures from Hungary because I'm going to get more. So I'll share that with you on the next one to finish that strong. But this was the last stop of the tour. We actually drove from Budapest to Romania to a border town, Oradea, and Dr. Attila was great. Him and Peter took Aaron and I. This was the very last night. And this room right here was filled with, I would say, about 80% of people that have not ever heard of Numi, and this was their very first experience. So I told them what a privilege it is for all of you that are here at this historic meeting. One, it's our first time participating in a Numi meeting in Romania as corporate, but two, you're getting an invitation directly and training and an opportunity directly from the CEO. So that was a lot of fun. In fact, we left about 9 p.m. and Aaron and I had to hurry up and get back to Budapest because we had to catch our flight home about 3 hours after we got back at midnight. So we had a wonderful tour, and we're very grateful. Now, you've heard Aaron talk a lot about Hydrostat and kind of what we're doing to share the story this year. So I'm going to turn the time over to him so that he can tell you more about some of this experience on the trip and how we are moving forward sharing the message of Hydrostat. Thank you, friends. Welcome, Aaron.
Well, Sergio, thank you so much. And for everybody on the call tonight, we certainly appreciate you, number one, joining us, and number two, sharing this experience with us. There's nothing better than seeing Numi continue to grow around the world and to see, again, some of the people that I can see on the screen even right now, certain people like Michael, I can see Phoebe, I can see Larry, I can see some of these people that have been around literally from day one. And so to see Numi starting to grow and expand around the world has been really an amazing experience for me. I've got to change apparently my language here so that you guys can hear me and understand me in the right language. But at any rate, so as Sergio and I got ready to go around Europe, one of the things that I've recognized, and I said this to Michael literally as we were getting ready to jump on this call, one of the things that I love doing is going to the people. It's easy sometimes, and a lot of companies will say, "Come to us. We want you to come to a meeting in Utah, let's say, or we want you to come to a big regional or a big summit." And really, from my perspective, there's nothing better than getting to know people in their own communities, in their own culture, and finding out about how they live and how they operate and what drives them and what motivates them and inspires them in terms of how they do their business. That's what I love. And so when I get to go out to some of these countries and these cities, it really is magical. And what Sergio just mentioned is that for Sergio, he's getting to know our people, after 7 or 8 months now with Numi, and he's an incredible asset to this company. He's so kind. This guy is an amazing relationship builder. If you want to learn how to build relationships, spend time with Sergio, and you'll learn those relationship building skills, because that's just who he is. And so it's really it was an opportunity for me to travel with Sergio. First time I've had that chance, other than some reward trips and other things, but to really get to know Sergio on a whole different level, not only from a travel perspective, but many of you may know that I've traveled a lot over the last 16 years, very internationally, sometimes 6, 7 months overseas over the course of a year. And so I don't like people messing with my travel. I don't like people controlling anything in my travel. I don't like people making reservations for me. There's nothing I like about it. This is the first time that I have ever turned my life over to somebody, just so you know. And I said to Sergio, I'm going to let you run my trip. I'm going to let you run this tour. But I'm telling you, I'm so uncomfortable because I really like control. But the fact is that Sergio did an amazing job. There were times, I know my flights, I know what schedule is, but I'd look at Sergio, I'd say, oh, what time do we need to get to that gate? And Sergio would say, boy, I think we need to really run right now. Well, I knew we had to hurry. There are certain airports in the world that I really detest, and I really wish that they would fix them. Paris Charles de Gaulle is one of them that I just can't stand. I think it's, no offense to the people from France on the call tonight, it is a hard airport to get around. And there are sometimes, and Sergio and I went through this experience where we literally got on a bus. We went around the entire airport, and I swear we came back right to where we started. No kidding. I saw the same airplanes, I saw the same gates, I saw everything. And I swear we came back right to where we started. But the reason I tell you that is that these tours are not easy. There's a massive amount of pressure. There's stress. There's the anxiety of making sure that you're on the right flight, the right gate, the right time, the right day, even sometimes, because you wake up in the morning, you're not sure where you are or what day it is. But the fact is it was an amazing trip. And so, Sergio, if you don't mind, let's kick off the presentation, because what I really want to spend some time with everybody on the call tonight, we'll obviously have this evergreen, this video, so that you guys can use it in the future and refer to it as you guys need to. But one of the things that I love doing is being able to talk about our technology. Our technology is unlike anything in the world. As a matter of fact, I was running from another meeting that I had this afternoon with a bottle manufacturer here locally in America, so that I wanted to go see these guys and find out, what do they produce? Do they have bottles that we could produce here locally? And do they have something that I may be able to replace current bottles with something really special, something really fantastic? So I went and met with them. And while we were meeting, here's a guy that's done business with every company in the world. I mean that sincerely. He manufactures bottles. He blow molds. He does everything. And so as we sat and talked to him, one of the things that came up is our product. And as we were talking about our product, pretty soon, here's what I noticed. He was opening up the seal. Pretty soon I was telling him how to swish. Pretty soon he was swishing while we were chatting, and he was holding it in his mouth for a minute. He's like, is that okay? I said, yeah, I usually like to keep it in for about 30 seconds to a minute. And so we were talking about it. We were talking about glutathione. We were talking about it being the master antioxidant. And, it's interesting because what we talk about, and I've even, there's some funny things here, but the fact is that glutathione there's just nothing that can compare to this molecule. There isn't. For a health-giving molecule, there's nothing that can compare it to. And so as a result, when you think about glutathione, you think about the relationship of glutathione in our products. The one thing that we really don't ever talk about is the magical formula that we have that literally takes that ingredient and continues to recycle it, so that you have this incredible ingredient being utilized by the cell over and over and over again. So at the mitochondrial level, you have the cell actually doing its job with the intended nutrition that is necessary to go out and do the job that it's intended to do for the body. So as we started talking about it in every meeting, it was amazing watching people's eyes light up. As Sergio mentioned, we went into Lithuania, and the first thing that we talked about with the leadership there, and everybody knows Michael always, He's probably the best cheerleader that I've got. But Michael always says, Aaron is field led and field driven. And what does that mean? Well, when you go to some of these meetings, you find out very quickly that the way they do business in Latvia or Lithuania or Hungary or France or wherever may be different than the way they do business in Indonesia, than the way they do business in Australia or America, whatever it may be. And so you have to listen to the local people talk about the way that they do business so that you can support them correctly and give them the best possible chance of success, doing it their way, not my way. And that's the key. My way is to learn and listen from you and to understand your way of doing business. So the second night we were there, we went to dinner with the group, the leadership team, Angela and her team out of Lithuania. And I said to her, what do you want us to teach on tomorrow night? And she said, well, I do things a little bit differently. She said, I want you to talk about the products. I want you to talk about NutraSwish. I want you to talk about NumiSkin. I want you to talk about Neuro. But can you do it from a very high level and more technical? Because my approach is very different. I've got a lot of doctors. And as we heard from Sergio, Sergio talked about the fact that the first 2 rows of the Lithuanian presentation were literally medical professionals. These men and women that were absolutely the top of the top in their respective professions and positions were just taking notes like crazy, taking photos like crazy, asking questions, wanting to find out the information. So it was important for us to learn and listen to the field, because otherwise we may have gotten up and done a completely different presentation. So once we kind of understand the products and we get into neuro and we talk about enhanced memory, improved mood, increased focus, rapid energy, all these wonderful things, we then can talk about the products, we can talk about the ingredients, but really what we have to talk about is the technology. So Sergio, go ahead and jump in, because one of the things that I want everybody to see is that we really changed our presentation format. We really started off directly with the before and afters. We felt like, in my opinion, the before and afters are really what give people an understanding of this incredible product and the technology and how it works. And then to see the results in just 7 weeks, in just 5 weeks, to see the results. This is the joke of Steve's hand, just over the course of a few weeks. It was funny because I always tell the story that Ryan had asked Steve, just spray one side of your face. Dad, he said, Dad, just spray one side. Just have that one side so you can really see it. After seeing Steve's hand, Steve said, man, what a mistake that would have been to just do one side of my face. He said, can you imagine, one side looks really, really young and the other side looks like my age. So the fact is that he did his hands, but we show these hands. We showed a lot of other photos. Go ahead, Sergio. And I know this guy, everybody knows this guy, but the fact is that even when it comes to soothing or cooling or getting some relief, from a little bit too much sun, it can help that as well. But the fact is that it's just support for that. And what I always tell people is that you really need to go back in time. You really need to go back to 2006 when Steve first heard the story and the word glutathione. And at that point, when he heard that word for the first time, it literally sparked something in his mind. And we were talking about it as I was out at the bottle manufacturer today. I was talking about Steve, and as I started talking about him, the guy goes, I know that product. Oh, I know that product. I know the Total Gym. Oh, I know the Deal a Mill. Oh, I know the Sweating to the Oldies. I know Share Hair Care. I know all these things. And so as we talk about it, here's Steve, who has done a phenomenal job and really created something magical in the world. And now we start looking at it and we see, why are so many people getting involved with this product? Why are so many people seeing the results that they are? And why are we seeing so many doctors and medical professionals get involved with us and try to find out, how is it that I can be more involved with a company like Numi? Because I believe in their products and I believe in the research and I believe in the technology and I'm seeing the results with my patients. So that's why all these medical professionals in an unpaid environment are so absolutely over the moon and excited about what we're doing and what we're out there promoting and obviously helping people change their lives. And they're seeing this firsthand. They're seeing it with their patients, but they're also seeing it with these incredible Numi individuals as part of the Numi family that are now submitting their before and afters. And so people are really seeing the results. So let's talk about what it is that people are seeing, why they're seeing it, why so many people are actually coming in. And it really all starts with hydrostat. It starts with the molecular encapsulation that happens as a result of our ultra pure water being engineered to take back in that nutritional supplementation, that base, wrap it in a water envelope and really get it ready to be released into the blood and into the cells. So what is it? Well, we're revolutionizing the nutrient delivery, folks, and that's really the key, is that it's not about a traditional supplement. It's not about a capsule, a tablet, a powder. It's not about any of that. It's about having something that can get directly into the cells. And we believe that that nutrition, that your body deserves the very best it can get. We know that, we understand it, but that's why we developed the Hydrostat molecular encapsulation, so that we could take different ingredients, different nutritional supplements, be able to put them together into our technology and start delivering nutrition the way it was intended to be delivered, directly to the cell, not through the traditional means of going through the digestive tract, not doing what the body intends it to do, which is to break down all of that material into the smallest particulate to be able to give it the best opportunity to get into the cell. No, we're doing it completely opposite. We're sending it directly into the blood, into the cell. Next slide. So as we see, the nutrient delivery has always been the issue. As a matter of fact, a number of years ago, they did a study and they tried to find out a traditional multivitamin mineral, how much of that gets into the body. Less than 10% got into the body, into the blood, and into the cells. So your body's starving for nutrition. You're not going to get it through your normal means. You've got to get it through your diet. Well, we know that many of the soils in the earth are overfarmed. We know that much of our soil is depleted in nutrition. So we're looking for nutrition however we can get it. Well, the bottom line is we know that Hydrostat takes that nutrition, wraps it up into a water envelope, and sends it to the cell where it's intended to go. So by the way, it gives us the ability to get not only absorption, but true cellular utilization. And that's the key. Next slide. So as we look at engineering the perfect delivery system, there's a lot that goes into it. It's really taking the most important mission critical nutrients, allowing those mission critical nutrients to be, again, wrapped up in engineered water and then be delivered directly to the cell. When I was on stage, and I mentioned this a little while ago, but when I was on stage in Indonesia, it was really where I noticed and identified that when you look and see that we've solved the problem with absorption. And I said, it's not absorption, folks, it's cellular utilization. That's the most important key. Anybody can talk about absorption, but you have to have something that can get into the blood, into the cell. And so as a result, we take our molecular encapsulation, we take these micronized nutrients, and we really wrap them up in this water base. We get them into what we call the state of suspense. It means that it's stabilized so that it can sit in this water envelope in a bottle of water envelopes that can be stabilized and be ready to go into the blood and protect it all the way until they get into the cell. And that's how we end up getting that seamless delivery to your cells. And again, we don't know, 30 trillion cells, whatever that number is, you're flooding your system with nutrition that the body's screaming for. That's the bottom line. Now, so to get into it, the molecular encapsulation, the reason that we talk about engineered water is that the water really, and I hate to say this in this way, the water is really the most important ingredient in our system. It has to be ultra pure. It has to be literally taken. All of the junk that's in water has to be removed from that water. We have to take it up to the highest ohms that we can take it, which is about 17.5 up to nearly 18 ohms. It's the highest and most ultra pure water that you can get to, so that we can then reintroduce it back so it reagglomerates with that nutrition. And that's how it steps into that step 2, is that now we've got the nutrition inside there. It's stable. It's ready to be delivered. Next slide, Sergio. It allows us to get to that point where now what we have is the opportunity to take that ultra pure water integration, taking it in with the ingredients, and then sending it after swishing for 30 seconds to a minute into the blood, one circulatory pass of the body, and it's going into the cells. Now you're ready for that nutrition to be delivered the proper way and the most convenient way, which is really, again, through the oral cavity. Go ahead. So why does Hydrostat matter in so many ways? Well, we know that we need the nutrition. We already know that, but we need it to be bioavailable so that our body can actually utilize it. We know that it has to be stable. We know that it has to be potent, but we know that it has to be preserved. So we can't do anything with it being an unstable product. So we have to stabilize the product as well. And then at that point, it's innovation at the molecular level so that you get the results that you expect to see from any ingredient base that you're putting in your body. I don't care what it is. Anybody would say, I want to have the best of the best. If I'm putting something in my body, it can't be tainted. It can't be adulterated. It has to be pure. And that's really what we're giving you, is the most positive experience for the best results. Go ahead. So as we went through, and Sergio, if you don't mind, put that picture of the airplane up again. As we went through Europe, what I will tell you is that it was really one of those opportunities that when we were bouncing around Europe, here's the point that I kind of started with. These tours are hard, and they really are hard, folks. They're not easy. I mean, you're waking up at odd hours. You're already flipped upside down in time in terms of your time zone. Traditionally we were 8 or 9 hours ahead of where we normally are. So when you try to go to sleep at night, sleep doesn't come really easily. When you try to get up in the morning, it's usually about 8 hours before you normally would wake up. And so getting out of bed is not as easy. There's just a lot that goes into it, but mentally you've got to just really stay tough. And so we were staying tough. We got all the way through, and we were coming into the very, very end of our trip. And as we got to the very end of our trip, it was very funny because we were on our flight back from Paris. Again, it's a 10-hour flight, a little over 10 hours. We're flying in, and as we're coming into to Salt Lake, but we're probably about an hour away, maybe 45 minutes. I have a normal routine that I do every time I wake up on an airplane, or really anywhere I wake up in the world, especially if it's overseas. I usually drink a little bit of my energy drink that I have, and then I do a swish. Sometimes I'll do 2 swishes. And one of the things about being in an airplane is that you get hit with this cosmic radiation. It's part of the process when you're up at a high altitude elevation. This cosmic radiation is constantly hitting you, and so you're getting barraged by cosmic radiation. So flight attendants, pilots, people that travel a lot should be using swish like crazy to protect that DNA. I mean, that's really what you're doing is you're protecting those cells, you're protecting your body, you're protecting the stresses that happen as a result of flying and the other things that are happening with that cosmic radiation. So I finish up my cocktail that I make in the morning when I wake up, and the flight attendant came by and she said, "Oh, I'd like to pick up your stuff. Do you have any garbage?" And I said, "Oh, I've got some garbage." So I handed it to her, and she looked at her hand and she kind of looked at my little sample bottle of Swish. And she looked at it and turned it around and kind of was checking it out, and she walked away. I never even thought about it, other than the fact that I thought, wow, I really gave her a lot of my garbage. So she walks away, and a few minutes later, another flight attendant comes up, and it's this one that's standing here next to Sergio and myself. It's Miley. She lives in Hawaii, and she walks right up in front of my chair, right in front of my seat, kind of moves into my space, and she goes, "Hey, do you swish?" And I said, "Yeah, I swish. I swish every day." And she goes, "I swish too." I said, "That's amazing. You swish?" She goes, "Yeah, I've been swishing for a year. I just absolutely love it. I love the product. I love it." She said, "I do microscopy." She said, "So I look at blood under the microscope." And she said, "You can't believe what I'm seeing with NutraSwish and Numi Skin." She said, "I can't believe what I'm seeing." And she said, "I've got my mother on it. I've got other people on it. I just love your guys' products." She goes, I just love it." I said, "Who are you?" She said, "I'm the flight attendant. I'm from Hawaii, so obviously you can see her here." When she walked away, well, it was funny. So let me back up a little bit. As she was asking all these questions, I don't say who I am. I'm not going to say, that I work for the company or anything else. I just tell her, yeah, I use the Swish every day. Finally, Sergio, who's sitting right behind me, you can see his cute little face there. Sergio's out. He's the CEO. And she turns around and she looks and she goes, "What?" She goes, "I'll be right back." She comes back a few minutes later. She looks perfect, like she is right here. She's got her hair done. She goes, "Can I get a photo with you guys?" And so we said, "Yeah, sure." And she goes, "I'm in Salt Lake all the time. I want to come see you guys." She said, "Where's your office at?" So Sergio gives her office. A few minutes later, another flight attendant comes up. She goes, "Hey, I was just talking to Miley in the back. Tell me more about your guys' product." So I said, "Talk to Sergio." So Sergio's explaining it, giving her a lot of information. She asks him where he lives. He tells her. She says, "Oh, I live out near there." They get a little bit more specific. And then pretty soon, turns out they live about a few houses away from each other. And so she came into the office Wednesday of last week and bought a bunch of product, became a customer of Numi, so she's part of your family member now. And then the flight attendant, Miley, she came up as well, and she said, "Listen, I got to get my friend Jody, who's on the flight with us." Jody came up. Jody says, "Yeah, I got to get some of this product." Miley then came in yesterday. So I just finished a Zoom, and Sergio knocks on my door and he said, "Hey, are you done with your call yet?" And I said, "Yeah, I am." And he opens up the door and he said, "I've got somebody that wanted to say hello." And so sure enough, who pops her head in? Miley. Our flight attendant that flew back from Paris to Salt Lake City with us, direct flight, by the way. And she bought about $900 worth of product and said, I've got to get this out to everybody. I need to do everything I can to teach my people how important this product is so that the flight attendants, the pilots, everybody's on this product, knowing all the things that happen when you're up at that elevation. She said, I've got to do it. And then she said, the other thing is, I need to get some samples because I need to start giving it out to people on these flights. She goes, I can't believe you guys woke up. You looked so refreshed. I said, I wasn't refreshed. I was literally wiping sleep out of my eye for the photo. But the fact is that, folks, we have become something in this world. It's because of you. It's because you have been out there teaching people and educating people and empowering them to take back their life and to do something with it. And so Miley happens to be under Roxanne Harris up in Canada. Roxanne is a rock star. I don't know if you guys know who Roxanne is. She's absolutely amazing. And so anyway, she is up in Canada. Turns out that Miley is literally kind of under the tutelage of Roxanne. And she said, I just can't believe how incredible she is. I said, she's one of my favorites. She's amazing. So we had this wonderful conversation. My point, folks, this world has gotten so much smaller. We have gotten so small as a world. Here we are sitting on a call tonight. I'm sitting in Utah. Sergio's sitting in Utah. Michael and Phoebe, they're in Australia somewhere. I can see a couple of people from Indonesia. I know we've got people from all over the world. I saw it as people were coming on. And what an opportunity as this world gets smaller to really give us the chance to help more people become a little bit more familiar with an incredible product, with an amazing technology, to give them the opportunity that may change their life financially as well, not just by health, but by wealth. And then the opportunity to really come together with this incredible community of people that NUMMI has developed over the last year, 4 years, 3.5 years. And the people, this family, this unit, what we've created and what you've developed, folks, I'm telling you, this is you. What you have developed is a culture of people that embraces people, that gives them the love and the support and the care and the consideration that they need when they walk into our company and they want to start doing something with their life, but they're not sure how to get started. That's why I love this industry. That's why I love the things that we're talking about. That's why I love being a part of these conversations and being a part of this group of people that are so like-minded, everybody running the same direction, everybody focused on the same thing, and helping people achieve something greater than what they ever thought they could achieve in their past. What a great opportunity for us. And I can see Ratu in Indonesia right now. She's always my favorite translator because she knows what I say. But I say that because here we are, this wonderful community, thousands and thousands and thousands of miles or kilometers away from each other. Sometimes, so far that we think it's almost equidistant, we can't get there. But guess what? Because of airplanes and because of travel and transportation and because of meetings like this, Zooms and otherwise, here we all of us are back together and one tonight on this call. So I really recommend that you continue to help people. Never be afraid to open your mouth, have a conversation, but then never be afraid to shut your mouth and listen to what it is that those people need as they start telling you the things that they're looking for. Again, I always tell people, most people don't want to talk about their financial struggles. It's normal. But I guarantee there are a lot of people that are struggling financially. And I've been saying this lately, and I want to say it again, kind of as a closing comment. It's so interesting because there are so many people that are struggling financially. There are so many people struggling with their health. And a lot of those people are really struggling with the opportunity to come together with people that are like-minded, just like themselves, that they can be embraced by people that really want to help them be successful in life. And that's what we have here at NUMMI. We have this incredible culture. We have this group of people that are interested in helping others. And that's what we want to continue to foster and develop over the course of time. And so I want to thank you. I really want to thank each of you on this call tonight, because it's up to you to continue to create that culture. It's up to you to continue to maintain that relationship with the people and help them along the way. And because of that, we have grown into 74 countries. We have grown into a large company. We're starting to become really something to be talked about. And for me to be on a flight and have this little teeny bottle that a flight attendant would recognize and say, wait a minute, don't you use this product? Which is what the flight attendant that took my garbage walked back to the flight attendant that actually has been using NUMMI or NutraSwish and found out that she was actually on that product. Folks, you've done an amazing job. Pat yourself on the back, give yourself some applause, because I'm telling you, congratulations. We're starting to become a name out there, and it's because of you. So with that being said, everybody, thank you. I'll turn it back to you, Sergio.
Sergio's not on his screen. Is he there?
I'm here. I'm here. Thank you so much, Aaron. It's a pleasure to have you here with us. It really was a special time for us in Europe. And as like you said, these tours, they're definitely very energy driven. And that energy that we get fed from the field is kind of what keeps us going. So it was really nice to have all of the support, all of the love from the field. And thanks to all of you, like Aaron said, is how we are here. And, we have something great that we can share throughout the world. And it's really a privilege to be a part of it. Before we go tonight, thanks again, Aaron, for your time and sharing that wonderful Hydrostat presentation. I think it's going to be good as we share our story, because like Aaron and Steve say, no one else has what we have to offer, and it's true. I've developed testimonies of my own as I've been using the products, and I'm really happy to be able to be partner with you and work for a company that, first of all, starts with wonderful technology and products. It makes it so easy to share. And going back, we share the products, but we also have a wonderful opportunity to even build a business on the side. I was actually excited when I talked to Miley yesterday, where she's been so focused on sharing the product with people and taking it. But I kind of told her, you can build your business with this, right? And she's like, yeah. She hasn't really thought too much about that, but she was just wanting to share. And so it's nice when we can talk about the many opportunities, the products, sharing the products, building a business, going to events, being recognized. This is a wonderful company, and we thank you for being with us. As we close this evening, we actually have a special guest that will be joining us. Many of you know him. His name is Andres Segovia. He is a wonderful asset to Numi Corporate. He works with IT, and he is a master in not only working with the IT side, but he's a very good trainer. I've had very good comments from diamonds, from people all over the field. And so I asked him just to come on for a few minutes to give you a quick update regarding a transition that we're about to do with Pay Quicker. It actually has begun already, but no one else better than Andres to be able to share this with you. So Andres, welcome to the call. I do have the PowerPoint if you like, or if you prefer just to talk, feel free, my friend. Welcome.
Thank you, Sergio. Hello, everyone. Like Sergio said, some of you guys have spoken with me. My name is Andres. I work with IT and the commission side of the company. Before I used to be at customer service. I used to be a supervisor, but now I'm working with the commission side and IT. So I recognize some of the names here in the call. So thank you for joining the call. So what I'm going to explain and talk about a little bit is our new payment system. It's called PayQuicker. So you probably saw in your emails in the past couple of days an invitation from this new payment provider that we're using. So I'm going to explain a little bit the things that this payment provider offers. So as my colleagues were talking about, my colleagues were mentioned before, we are growing a lot worldwide. So this company, one of the greatest things that offer is that it has support or customer support in multiple languages, including French, Korean, Japanese, Russian, Spanish, English, obviously. But so I know that many of you support people from all over the world. So this is going to be a great tool for you and your teams. Also, it offers great accessibility for you guys, the users. It's very user-friendly. It's very easy to use. So you're gonna have a really good experience with this new platform. I know some of you have used it before. So we're gonna go with some other features on this new platform. So we're gonna have some lower fees as well in terms of bank transfers, in terms of transfers between or transfers for foreign countries. I know in other countries, the to transfer to your bank, it's a little bit more expensive, about $15 per transfer fee. With this platform is going to be much, much cheaper. We're talking about between $1 and $5, no more than that for what I've seen. So that's a huge improvement on transfers to overseas countries, which is really great. So next one, Sergio, please. So as I was saying before, we're probably yesterday, you guys were receiving an email for the invitation to set up your account and give it a try. We're still gonna work with our current payment providers, which is the Numi Wallet and iPayout. If any of our members uses iPayout, and we're gonna do a very slow transition on that. So my recommendation is that just give it a try, take a look, download, create your account, give it a look. I'm gonna talk about a little bit of the improvements that this has, so you guys can give it a try, and hopefully you have a really good experience with this. Okay, so as I mentioned before, we have support in more than 10 languages, as you can see on your far right. Aside from the current support on the wallet that it's only on English, we have support in multiple languages in Pay Quicker. We also have more communication channels as well. We have an international phone number for people in Australia, Germany, Italy, Spain, Mexico, Canada, and USA toll free. We also have phone numbers in France, most European countries as well. And we also have, they also have an international toll-free number, so you can call from any part of the world. They also have the web chat feature. So basically, whenever you log in into your account, you will be able to chat with any of the representatives, and they can help you with any questions that you have in regards to transfers or in regards to your account. So that's really great. They also have an email support. I tested it and they answer pretty quick. Within 48 hours, you will have an answer on your case. So it's a great improvement on our current payment provider as well. They also have help articles in their website, payquicker.com. They are easy to access. So and they have very helpful information. So if you're already using it, or if you're intending to use it, I will recommend you to give it a read as well. So it's payquicker.com. I'm gonna put it on the chat so you can give it a look. That's their website, payquicker.com. Okay, the next cool feature, and this is something you guys. Oh, sorry, Sergio, it's the previous slide. Sorry. So this is a new feature that we have. So with Pay Quicker, customers or you guys, our members, will have access to a virtual debit card. So whenever you create your account and you start receiving funds on your platform, you will have access to a virtual card that you can use for online purchases, for online commerce, for whatever you intend to use it. And also it can be set up on your phone on Google Pay, Apple Pay, Samsung Pay. So this is a great feature in terms of accessibility to your commissions. Now you don't have to wait for your money to be transferred to your bank account. All you have to do is either order your plastic card, or you can set up your virtual card on your phone. And whenever you get paid for your commissions, You can just go to a gas station, you can go to your supermarket, your local grocery store, whatever, a restaurant. Just tap into your phone and you can use those funds with no problem. So that's a great new feature that we are very excited about. I'm personally very excited about because I know in some countries the bank transfers can be a little bit painful and they can take long or they are a little bit more expensive. So this is a really great opportunity for our new members or our current members to have easy access to your commissions. um, Also, as I mentioned before, they have bank transfers available to most countries, Europe, Asia, South America, Central America. Um, it's very easy to put in your bank account information. And another good feature about this is that whenever you select your country, it will ask for the banking information, the payment on your country. Next slide, please, Sergio. Okay, so another thing about this platform, PayQuicker, is that we can do transfers between members. So some of you might be familiar with how the transfers with the wallet, with the current wallet we have, it is. So basically, you have to send out an invitation. They have to respond to that invitation, and then you can transfer the funds. With PayQuicker, it's going to be much easier. You don't have to send an invitation. All you have to do is put in the email address or the ID number of the member you want to send out the funds. And once you confirm a little bit of information, like the amount and who is it going to, it will be sent, the funds will be sent out directly to the member and they can see them instantly. So this is a huge improvement. Instead of sending the invitation and waiting, you can send it now instantly. As soon as you access your office on PayQuicker, you can, and if you have funds available, you can start sending funds immediately. So that's a huge improvement. Another thing is that unfortunately on this platform we don't have the option to do cryptocurrencies, but you can use your virtual card to purchase cryptocurrencies in any other platform. So that's totally available for you guys. And here on the bottom we have their contacts numbers. So we have within the US we have this toll-free number. Also for Canada, outside the US we have this number. We have their email here, support@payquicker.com, and the web chat, which is also available on the website. So I think that's pretty much it. I hope I'm sorry. I know it's a lot of information. I was trying to be as clear as possible. So if you have any questions in regards to this, some of you guys have my email. You can email me with no problem. I can help you out with any questions that you have. You can also call our contact center or send them an email. They are really well trained. Sergio was part of that training, and we'll be more than happy to assist you with any questions you guys have.
That's great, Andres. Thank you so much. We're actually so happy that as we are going in through our fourth year, we're 3.5 years in business. You know, as we're growing, as Aaron said, 74 countries, we're just looking for ways to make this more friendly and give you the tools you need to grow. Thank you all for your time. Thank you again, Aaron. Thank you, Andres. We really appreciate you joining us this evening. And Andres also recorded some videos on how to set it up if you have some questions. I want to remind you that we're constantly updating our help.newme.com, so feel free to keep using that database as a main go-to. We are also more active now using the banner in the back office. We've been analyzing to see what works best. We have a pretty good turnout for email openings, but we're trying to see what works best for everyone and where the most traffic comes through. So thanks again. We look forward to seeing you on the 24th in the morning. I want to let you know that the corporate office will be closed this coming Monday for President's Day, a holiday here in the United States. And we are looking forward to work hard to get a lot of the diamonds on the cruise. We're working on preparing the Achieve trips. So much going on. We wish you a great remainder of the month. And thanks again for joining us. Good night, good morning, wherever you may be. Thanks for